We'll call the meeting now. We had a little minor glitch with the audio. As long as all the parties can hear, visible here at the Percival Shangri Courthouse, it's approximately 10:03 on Thursday, the 7th of January, 2021. Present here is County Administrator Kelly Goslin, County Administrator Michael McCarthy. We have Northwest Access Television that are recording this, and we have the technical crew of Mr. Roger Lindala and Edward Wood, I believe, who's recording. And I'll start out by saying that this meeting was warned as prescribed by state statute. It was posted in the St. Albans Messenger, and this is what the warning read. Pursuant to 20 VSA Section 133C, notice is hereby given that the annual Franklin County meeting of the voters for the purpose of presenting the proposed annual budget for the county for the July 2021 to June 2022 year will be held on the above noted date and time. And I included a brief summary, which the numbers have been updated because of the state sent out some new things there. And it said this meeting will be made available by Zoom. Contact Clerk Gerald Charbonneau in advance of the meeting to be able to join. Copies of the complete budget, proposed budget, are available to the public, and a mail copy can be requested by contacting Franklin County Clerk Gerald Charbonneau, 17 Church Street, St. Albans, Vermont, 05478. If a mail copy is needed, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope with adequate postage for 2-ounce mailing. It also had email copies can be requested at jerry.charbonneau@fcvtcourt.com. Also, what I did to follow up yesterday, I sent out the revised numbers that were made available to us by the state tax division last week. The numbers rerun, and I sent them to the clerks of the Franklin County, the town clerks and the city clerk, as well as a couple of town administrators, the county sheriff, and I believe that's it. Right now, I'll turn the meeting over to Administrator Michael MacArthur.
Good morning. I'm Assistant Judge Michael McCarthy, and I just want to introduce who your county staff is. I'm sure a lot of people aren't really aware of what goes on in the background here, but the individual who just made the announcement and introed this is our county clerk, Gerald Charbonneau. We also have an assistant clerk, James Pelkey, who's attending by Zoom. We have our county treasurer, Chris Goulette, who's attending by Zoom. Our county sheriff, Roger Langevin, who's attending by Zoom. And then we have on staff is also our custodian of this beautiful courthouse building, and his name is Mike Brulette. And Mike does the yeoman's job of keeping this building clean and safe and nice, and telling us what it needs, and making sure that it's kept in good repair. The reason we wanted to hold this meeting is because of Vermont statute. We're required by law under Title 24, Section 133, each year to prepare and present a budget proposal for the ensuing year. The statute requires it to be done in a certain timeline, and to have a preliminary meeting and then an annual meeting. And this is the annual meeting. The preliminary meeting was on December 3rd. That statute, also Title 24, requires us to fund several things, including some sections of the Sheriff's Department's budget, including an adequate bond, a suitable office equipment, supplies, and telephone service, among other things. Title 24, Section 131, gives us, as the assistant judges, superintendents of this building, and the obligation to keep it insured and in good repair. To pay for all this, the county is authorized to assess a county tax, and that tax is upon each individual town and city within this county. To do so, as the clerk advised, we're provided with a copy of the total municipal equalized grand list values. Once the governing bodies of each community have prepared them and submitted to the state then compiles them and submits them to the county to use to make an equalized grand list for us to assess from. The assessments are equalized across the communities, and our budget is applied against that, and that's how we arrive at the taxable amount for the county budget. For the last 2 years, this county rate assessed to the communities has been 0.00873 of this equalized grand list. That might seem like a trivial number, but for those of you out there who are on select boards, trustee boards, that type of a thing, the county clerks or the town clerks and the town treasurers, they understand what that number means. For this current year that's functioning, that budget amounted to and amounts to a budget of $467,397.72. Judge Goslin and I fully understand how difficult 2020 has been for so many people and how many are struggling with lost jobs, illness, loss of loved ones, and all of this caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. To address this at the county level, we worked really hard and pared back the county budget and reduced the tax rate for this proposed county budget presented today to 0.0795. That'll fund a budget of $444,345.44 through the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022. It might seem like a trivial number and trivial amount to some, but it's just about $29,000 that we took off the budget for this year. We are very mindful of the needs and the sufferings of our community and have tried our best to make sure that we can do that as we did. It's not to say that we stopped doing things for this building or deferred things, our objectives for the building. What we have done over the last couple of years with the planning and budgeting was to be able to provide a number of things to this building and to the operation of the county through a number of budgets that we were able to put together. In this, over the last couple of years, we've done a number of things, all within budget. We've improved the heating system, repaired the heating system, made sure that it's in really good shape and operating efficiently. We repaired foundations and windows and made sure that they were well taken care of. Again, taking care of things, reducing the heating and air conditioning costs. We replaced the county computer and its backup. We improved our Wi-Fi in this courthouse. We cleared out the storage areas and improved things in the basement so that we can extend our storage life of this building. And then last but not least, we used some of our capital monies, which we had put aside in the last couple of budgets, to finally be able to remove a very old and very unsafe and very outdated and broken chairlift, which will help people with disabilities get up to the second floor. We are replacing that with a new one, and that is in the works right now, all through the capital budget monies. What that means is that because we've put that money aside and planned in advance, we do not have to add that cost to this year's or any next year's, following year's operational budgets to accomplish this very necessary task to allow everyone access to this beautiful building. We understand that these are trying times for everyone and worked very hard to provide this budget for this year. We thank everyone for your support in maintaining the vitality of this building as a county building, accessible to you, the people of this county. If we didn't have this building here, folks would probably be required to travel to Chittenden County, Lamoille County, that type of a thing, and we don't want to see that happen. We need to maintain the vitality and the life of this building. So we ask for your support, and we ask the select boards to be very mindful of the work that we did of this and have that in their budgets for the next year. We are very happy to be working for the county. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to our clerk. If you are looking for copies of the budget as we've presented in the previous ones, we have hard copies available through the clerk. We thank you, and we ask that you stay well and stay safe. Before I get out and we close the meeting and anything, I just want to touch on Sheriff Langevin, who is part of this budget, and some of our money funds his office. Sheriff Langevin, do you have any comments you'd like to make for this meeting?
Yes, I do. Thanks, Mike. I want to personally just thank you and Kelly for the communication that we've had in preparing this budget. Budgets, as most people, make me nervous. We have several other budgets that we look at as well, and I don't know how you've avoided increases, but you have. You've done a good job at that. We're looking at some other budgets that increases are unavoidable. But as a taxpayer and as the sheriff, you know, I appreciate all your efforts in keeping the taxes low. We fight the same fight that you hear every day of rising taxes. And I just, I'm glad to be a partner with the county in this, that we can keep these taxes low, both as sheriff and also as a St. Albans town resident. So hats off to you guys for, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you for that,
Thank
Sheriff.
you, Sheriff. I know we have Zoom on, and there may be someone out there in the Zoom.
If I may interject, Jonathan DeLabreur, he's the town administrator for the town of Fairfield. He joined us a little bit later this morning. However, I see that his microphone is off, and I presume he must be hearing us audio. I don't see any visual on him.
Okay.
But he's identified as a participant as well.
Okay, very good.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jerry. If there's anyone out there attending by Zoom that would like to ask a question or have anything to say, please do so now through the clerk. He is monitoring Zoom, and we'll certainly let anyone that wants to come on to have a comment say so. We want to be mindful of our time here.
I
I'll look-
just want to add something too, that I can be reached. I'm more than happy to take phone calls if you do not get in touch with Jerry. So we do have a website that you can access, information about our county administrators here. And if my phone number is not on there, I'll make sure that it is, if there are any questions going forward. You can look up the website through the Vermont Judiciary website. So it's vermontjudiciary.org. Thank you.
I'll ask the Assistant County Clerk, Jim Pelkey, do you have any comments or any thoughts, Jim?
Yes, I agree with Roger on the responsible budget that you guys have done, and I applaud you for it. I had not much to do with building it, obviously, but I understand these budgets, having been the county clerk myself for 20 years. So if my phone number is not on their website, and if you have any questions of me, my phone number is available. I'm also a city alderman, so my phone number is available at the St. Albans City website and as a city council member, so you can access my phone number there. Just a statement that really has not much to do with the budget. I'm feeling a little glum this morning after the events that happened yesterday in our nation's capital. I never thought in my lifetime, and I'm 67 years old, that I would see very close to the end of our democracy that coup, that was attempted on the nation's capital was disgusting, it was discouraging, it was disappointing, and it was embarrassing. And I just want a moment of silence, if we could, for the woman that was killed by gunfire and the three that died because of medical conditions during the course of that event.
Certainly, Jim.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
Okay,
That's all I'm going to say.
thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you, Mr.
I just
Pelkey.
want to reiterate one thing. I think I read an unmodified number. The actual final proposed budget is $444,487.08 for the year. The 444,345 was one line up from the final budget, so it was just a little $100 difference. So that will be it with that proposed tax rate of 0.00795. That is the numbers that we will adopt, and those are the numbers that will be sent to the clerks. We will certify this and submit it as required by law. If there's no other business to come forward, Judge Gosselin?
I have nothing else.
And
Thank
may
you.
I address the county treasurer, Mr. Chris Goulet, do you have any thoughts or any observations, Chris?
Well, I just want to thank Jerry and the assistant judges for all the hard work that they put out throughout the whole year. They've done a great job. And I was going to correct you, Mike, on the budgeted county tax.
I caught it.
The other amount that you mentioned, that's actually going to be the amount that's going to be billed to the towns, because there's a rounding issues, because we only go to the .795 amount. So the amount that you mentioned is basically what's going to be billed to the towns.
The dollar amount you mean, or?
Taxes to be
The
raised.
amount that you mentioned, the 444, 345, 44.
Right.
That's what's going to end up being billed to the towns.
Okay,
The actual budget is 444, 487.08.
right,
Okay.
okay. Thank you, appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
With that, we will close this meeting and adjourn. Thank you all for
Okay,
attending.
the meeting will be closed by my time here at the Percival Shangri-La Courthouse is approximately 10:19 Thursday morning. Good day, stay safe, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.